You know that feeling, right? You get this amazing idea for an app, a real game changer, but then reality hits. How do you actually build it? That gap between the idea and the product can feel huge, almost impossible. Well, what if you had an AI copilot to help you cross that gap? That's exactly what a new workflow called the BMAD method is all about.
So here it is, the BMAD method. Think of it as this complete AI-driven process for the entire software development lifecycle. We're talking from that very first what-if idea all the way to getting it out into the world. And the really cool part, it all happens right inside your code editor, turning that familiar screen into like a mission control for your own AI team.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover. We'll kick things off with how an idea first meets AI. Then you'll get to meet your new AI team. Yeah, you heard that right. We'll dive into crafting the perfect blueprint, building with some serious AI precision, and explore the art of collaborating with your new digital partners. And finally, we'll look at what all this means for the future of building stuff.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning, with the idea. I mean, this is where every great project starts, but it's also where so many of them just fizzle out, right? The BMAD method is specifically designed to grab that initial spark of creativity and build this solid, AI-powered bridge that takes you straight from a concept to a real working product.
And this quote from the creator really gets to the heart of it. This isn't about AI taking over your job. Not at all. It's all about creating this powerful partnership, a symbiosis, really. Your ideas, your vision, combined with the AI's raw power. The whole idea is that you elevate each other. You become better together than either of you could ever be on your own. It's a true collaboration.
So with this method, you have to kind of shift your mindset. You're no longer the lone coder, hunched over a keyboard trying to figure everything out by yourself. Instead, you become the leader, the director. You're in charge of a whole team of specialized AI agents, and each one has a very specific job to do to make your project a reality.
And here's the team. First up, you've got Mary. Think of her as your personal analyst and idea coach. She's going to help you refine everything. Then you've got the PM, the planner, who turns those ideas into a concrete requirements doc. The architect steps in to design the whole technical foundation. James is your go-to developer, the builder who actually implements the code. And finally, you've got Quinn, your quality assurance expert, who inspects everything to make sure it's top-notch.
Now, before anyone even thinks about writing a line of code, you have to have a rock-solid plan. And honestly, this upfront planning phase, it might just be the single most important part of the whole process. Getting this right ensures that you're not just building something, you're building the right thing the right way, right from the get-go.
And the planning stage has this really nice, clean flow to it. See, you start by brainstorming with Mary, your analyst, to take that raw idea and shape it into a formal project brief. Then the PM agent grabs that brief and fleshes it out into a super detailed requirements document, or PRD. And once that's done, the architect comes in and designs the whole technical setup. See how each step just builds perfectly on the one before it?
Let's zoom in on that first step with Mary, the analyst, because this is really cool. She's not just, taking notes. She's a full-on brainstorming coach, armed with this whole toolkit. Things like the 6 thinking hats, or the 5 Ws. She uses these techniques to really pressure test your idea from every angle. So a simple idea like a to-do app can evolve into something much deeper, like a tool for behavioral intelligence that helps users understand why they procrastinate. It's about turning a simple concept into something with real power.
But, how do you make sure that plan doesn't have hidden traps that'll bite you later? Well, the PM agent has this brilliant trick up its sleeve called hindsight is 2020. It literally pretends it's 6 months in the future, looking back on the project and identifying what you might regret. Like, oh man, if only we hadn't promised that cross-device sync. That thing was way more complex than we thought. It helps you spot those massive risks before they become costly mistakes.
Okay, so once that blueprint is locked and loaded, it's finally time to build. But building with an AI isn't as simple as just saying, hey, write me some code. The BMAD method brings a real system to the table, a way of working that ensures you get high-quality, consistent results every time.
One of the biggest problems you can run into with AI is something called context pollution. You know what I'm talking about? You have this super long, rambling chat history, and the AI just gets lost. It starts forgetting key details, getting confused, and that's when it makes mistakes. The absolute goal here is to keep a lean context, to give the AI only the specific information it needs for the job right in front of it, and nothing else.
And the way the method solves this is, frankly, genius. It's called document sharding. The system automatically takes those huge documents, like the requirements or the architecture plan, and slices them up into these small, focused pieces. So when it's time for James, the developer agent, to get to work, he's not getting bogged down by the entire project history. Nope. He gets just a little shard he needs, the coding standards, and the one specific user story he's building right now. It is incredibly efficient and precise.
All right, so we've got the process, we've got the AI team, but the real magic, the special sauce of the BMAD method, lies in how you actually talk to them. This is where it goes beyond just giving simple commands and becomes more like an art form.
And that art form is all about something called advanced elicitations. Now, these are not your average prompts. Think of them as special commands that force the AI to, well, to think harder. You're pushing it to challenge its own assumptions, to think more critically, more creatively. So instead of just taking its first answer, you're pushing it to critique itself, to find the flaws in its own plan. This is what turns a simple conversation into a real strategic dialogue.
For example, you can literally tell the architect agent, okay, now critically evaluate your own output and tell me how to make it better. Or you can say to the PM, adopt a skeptical viewpoint. Challenge this idea. What are the weaknesses? These kinds of commands push the AI to operate at a much higher level, and that's how you ensure you're getting the absolute best result.
So when you put all of these pieces together, you've got the AI team, you've got the structured process, and you've got these advanced ways of collaborating. What you're looking at is a fundamental shift in how we build things. It completely changes what it means to be a creator.
What this all boils down to is that your role completely transforms. You're not the one doing all the grunt work anymore. Instead, your job is to hold a vision, to ask the right questions, and to strategically guide your team of AI experts. You basically go from being an actor on the stage to being the director of the whole show.
So here's the bottom line. A method like this puts a world-class, super specialized development team right at your fingertips. It truly democratizes the ability to create. The tools are here, the team is ready, so the only question left, the really important one, is what will you build?